Hello, fairy friends. All joking aside, we are here with baby Crissy, and no, she does not have a bad habit. She was exposed to secondhand smoke. It wasn't her. I did make a video of these four, well, this is one of them, one of four dolls that I purchased over the summer. And she was heavily saturated along with her three poor sisters with cigarette smoke. To bring these into the home, they had to get sprayed with Lysol as their very first measure before I could even really work on them. I did spray them with the Lysol, set them in the sun, let that air dry, and it did seem to reduce that cloud down. You remember the Peanuts character, Pigpen, with the cloud of dust. Imagine that like a 3 to 4 foot radius of cigarette smoke. So that did get that down. I did worry about this rubber and the hard plastic and the plastic on the face and the hair getting dried out. However, doll collectors will know sometimes there are measures that you have to take that you wouldn't normally do. A regular cleanup, you wouldn't go straight to Lysol. You're trying your best to not damage the doll further. However, let's talk again about the cigarette, and you may want to pause it so you can read this infographic. These are chemicals that are in the cigarette that if you do not get off of your doll, or if you do not get that smell down, you're going to be exposed to them. So this is a 1972 doll. I can only assume it had one owner, and that owner smoked for years. Those are all chemicals that have been saturated into this doll. So when you get a heavily saturated cigarette smell doll, then you need to decide whether or not that's something that you can take on. If you have asthma or any type of breathing issues, just know that that can irritate it. And like my husband, he did not grow up with smokers, so his throat and nose gets irritated very easily. Now, he is prone to other allergies, so that may play a part in it. But if that sounds like you, then you definitely should pay attention, especially if you're buying online. Make sure that it says smoke-free home, because you might be basically wasting your money. As I was saying with the Lysol, yes, that is a drastic first step. It calls to mind using a crane to swat a fly. It's just, sometimes it's too much. Now, if you need to get that smell down so that you can work with it safely, obviously we don't want to hurt our dolls. We don't want to further cause damage. I have gotten her to a state where she can actually be upstairs in my doll room. The other three are downstairs. They need to be worked up to this stage to where they can sit here and I'm not getting that smell. So here are the things that I have tried. I have done a baking soda paste with water and baking soda and let that sit on there. And I do believe that baking soda has drawn that out. They have, unfortunately, also have had a wash of acetone, which got out some of that deep set staining, the nicotine staining. I made a paste of Comet cleanser. Now, I didn't scrub with the cleanser. Obviously, it's abrasive. The baking soda is also abrasive. You don't want to do a scouring motion, but I did use my hands and I did cover it over like I did with the baking soda. I let that Comet sit and dry, and the Comet does have bleach in it. So it did whiten it or shouldn't say whiten it. It cleaned it and brought that skin tone up to a normal skin tone. So let me move this down since I'm more focusing on the torso right now. It did have mold in the bottom, inside, running down the chest and tummy area, and that benefited from Lysol as well. And then I used a bathroom bleach cleaner. I only know of 2 things that can kill the mold, and that would be, or mildew, Lysol and bleach. So the bathroom cleanser was part bleach and part water. So it wasn't just the straight bleach. Mildew will eat away your doll. It will come through. It'll bloom through from the inside out. So I needed that gone. Whatever damage it was causing, it needed to be gone. It was also causing an odor inside. Now you can see there is still some discoloration on the fingertips. Now you can imagine when this doll was played with, how many times it played patty cake, how many times it was lifted up, how many times it was dressed, and you in general grab for the hands when you're playing with your doll. So what has happened is oils from little hands over the years have been on the fingers. That oil has gone into the rubber. It has also, because you know oil, it will collect dust more easily, and also that nicotine. Remember again, the cigarette smoke. I'm going to have to just deal with the fact that these aren't going to be perfectly clean. And that's one of my issues that I'm just going to have to work with. When you got to move on, decide that this is as good as it's going to get for now. Now, I am going to go over her head and what is going on right now with her. She is missing some coloring on her lips. She is missing her eyelashes. Now, she did have eyelashes. I chose to remove those because they just weren't in the best shape. Now, she had very distinctive, very thick eyelashes. And I have ordered some. I hope to get those this week, and I hope that they actually will work for her. We will just have to see. Now, let's talk about her obvious missing, you can see my finger in there, her obviously missing ponytail. Now, if you haven't opened one of these up before, it has a hard cardboard, like a chipboard cone in it, and that is skinnier at the top, like a Christmas tree. So the top of the Christmas tree would be here in the hole, and then in the neck it is the base of the Christmas tree. So that type of cone shape. And that's just to keep the ponytail, when it gets drawn in, from getting tangled up inside the head cavity, which was very smart, except for they made it from the heavy cardboard or chipboard. The problem with that is everybody knows that little girls want to give their baby a bath and wash their hair. So let me turn on this light. We're getting a lot of light from that window. Little girls are going to want to wash this hair, and then when they go to pull it, you know, to play with it and make it smaller again, that wet hair is getting inside that cardboard. So I'm actually surprised, to be honest, that the cardboard wasn't degraded. It really wasn't. Now, the ponytail got brushed and got cleaned. And as you can see, if you've not seen the baby Crissy, it's basically, this is, the hair is twice this length. It's doubled here, like how you would make a tassel. It's doubled here, and cord is wrapped around it to separate it, and then there's a rubber piece. as I said before, we don't want water to get inside there on that cardboard. You don't want water inside your doll, period. So I really needed this to come out. So here is the hole where the cord comes out, and here's the little pull string. You would pull it and the cord would come out, and as you pull, the hair gets shorter. So basically, this cord was long enough to go through the head, down through the neck, into the body, and out here, and then there's your pull thing. So I needed to cut that cord. I saved this. I cut the cord so that I can pull the hair swatch all the way out, and so I could wash it all the way up to there, because there's a portion of it that stays in the head at all times. And because it was so saturated with cigarette smoke, I needed to get all the way to there. So I will be running a new cord through that, long, extra long, so I can run it through and decide where that little pull ring needs to be. Anyway, we will see her all put together again soon, and I did buy some patterns for baby doll clothes, and I will be doing another video just for her outfit, and she will be getting her face paint, her lip color again, and her cheek color whenever I get those eyelashes. And I will be doing a part 2, and so look for that. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell button, and you'll get alert for any new videos that I'll be doing. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me, and I hope you guys have a magical day. Bye-bye. Can we just take a moment? Just a second. Whoop. Let's just take a second to look at the realism on this this cigarette. I'm cracking up. If I had planned better, I would have used candy cigarettes. Then I could have had a snack after the video.